Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm James Schaefer. Let's get started with your top stories brought to you by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Federal officials have issued subpoenas as they investigate the campaign finances of City Councilwoman Michele Fiore. Review-Journal's Jen Ah has that story. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning to you, James. According to our sources, the FBI raided Councilwoman Michele Fiore's home in Northwest Las Vegas. The subpoenas were for documents relating to her campaign finances and political action committee, Future for Nevadans. Our sources told Review-Journal's Jeff Gehrman prosecutors have already reached out to potential witnesses.
And the fact that they've subpoenaed records is one step closer to actually going to a grand jury in an attempt to obtain an indictment.
Over the last several years, records obtained by the Review-Journal show Councilwoman Fiore used political funds for personal expenses and funneled thousands of dollars to her businesses and her daughter's planning events company. Fiore did not respond to our requests for comment, but in the past has denied any wrongdoing, saying the money went toward unprecedented community outreach and, quote, constituent services. So far, this investigation is still in the early stages, not ready for trial, and no charges have been filed. James?
We have an update on the controversy in Mesquite over political mailers. A founding member of the nonprofit Mesquite Works resigned from the board after learning that a fellow board member, City Councilman George Galt, was involved in drafting at least one of the mailers. The letters included details on an alleged sexual assault and ultimately led to the identification of the accuser, who was 16 at the time. In her resignation letter, the board member said she quit because, quote, I simply wouldn't be able to look my daughter in the eye. Las Vegas residents with ties to Afghanistan spoke out after the news that the Taliban had taken over Afghanistan and as many attempt to flee the country. There was a protest Tuesday night drawing a crowd of about 60 outside the Lloyd George U.S. Courthouse. Many carried signs with messages like Save the Children and Women.
It's so heartbreaking because at the end of the day, I could be one of those girls right now. If my parents decided to stay back in Afghanistan and not risk their lives coming to this country for the sake of me and my brothers, I could have been one of those girls right now.
If you're going to a UNLV football game at Allegiant Stadium, it might cost you more to park than to get into the stadium. The Rebels released the prices for the first two home games of the season. For the game on September 2nd against Eastern Washington, tickets start at $33, while a single game parking pass will cost about $50. For the game on September 18th against Iowa State, tickets start at $121, while a parking pass will cost you a whopping $150. In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. If you want to attend one of the biggest trade shows in Las Vegas next year, you'll have to get a shot. CES says it will require attendees to provide proof of COVID vaccination when they register. The Consumer Electronics Show was conducted online this past January because of the pandemic. It normally draws over 100,000 people to Las Vegas.
But the fact is that's a big logistical concern when you're talking about having that many people come in. The good thing about that is that CES is a technology operation. So if anybody can pull it off, it would be CES.
Now let's take a look at your local forecast, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour is here for you. Sunny skies are in store for us today with a slight chance of afternoon to evening thunderstorms. Today's high will be in the triple digits at 100 degrees, with lows around 75 degrees for tonight with mostly clear skies. Looking ahead to the rest of your week, those hazy conditions will be coming back Thursday, but clear conditions will follow looking ahead to our weekend. The high for the week coming over the weekend at around 101 degrees.
Sports, sponsored by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $500 when you sign up. Kelsey Plum scored 24 points and the Las Vegas Aces beat the Washington Mystics 93-83 on Tuesday night at Michelob Ultra Arena. Plum scored 21 of her 24 points in the second half, helping the Aces overcome an 8-point halftime deficit. Both Asia Wilson and Coach Bill Lambier had high praise for Plum's performance, calling for her to win the 6th Woman of the Year award.
In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Oakmont of Las Vegas Assisted Living and Memory Care, the best care for the best life. She used to broker deals with the NFL and with cruise lines, but now she's selling dog food and toys. Annette Weiser spent more than 25 years at Caesars Entertainment, but now she has opened a Pet Supplies Plus store on Blue Diamond Road in the Mountains Edge neighborhood. Weiser says she started thinking about running her own business 2 years ago when Caesars announced a merger deal with Eldorado Resorts. Her store is the first Pet Supplies Plus store in Nevada. In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. The Southern Nevada Health District has a warning. Fentanyl can be deadly. This comes after 5 people in Clark County died from overdoses of the drug in a single day last week. The district says fentanyl deaths in the first 5 months of this year rose 39% from the same period last year. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that can be 100 times stronger than morphine. Officials say anyone at risk of overdosing should carry Narcan, which can help reverse an overdose. The health district offers free Narcan at its pharmacy on Decatur Boulevard. In your sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Jon Rahm, the #1 ranked golfer in the world, is the 10-1 favorite at the Westgate to win the PGA's Northern Trust this week in Jersey City, New Jersey, the first round of the FedEx Cup playoffs. This will be Rahm's first action since last month's British Open. He had to withdraw from the Tokyo Olympics because of a positive COVID-19 test. Defending tournament champion Dustin Johnson and Jordan Spieth are tied for the second choice at 16-1. In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. A short movie by 3 UNLV alumni has been selected for a film festival in Hollywood. The movie is called Papa Voodoo. It's about a young boy who meets a mysterious stranger and gets the tools he needs to get back at his tormentor. The director and producers made the film while they were earning their master's degree at UNLV. Papa Voodoo will be shown as part of the Dances with Films Festival, which starts August 29th. Thank you for watching 7 to 7 a.m. I've been James Schaefer. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here later today for 7 to 7 p.m. Have a great day.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.